Hey everyone, I thought I'd make a video about the exciting news. Nissan Pathfinder being supported by Nistune. This also includes the V6 Nissan Pickups. This is for the 90 to 95 models. So we removed the chip from the main board in the ECU, replaced it with a Nistune daughter board. It's got a USB interface which plugs in right where your diagnostic switch used to be. We take that over, hook it up to a computer. We'll go ahead and connect our software to the truck. Engine is running. Let's have a look at some of the things we've got here. A consult view gives us a quick reference, a couple of useful items. Engine speed, status of the throttle position switch, air conditioning switch, a couple other items. My neutral switch is broken, so I don't know if the indicator works or not. I'll find out when I replace the neutral switch. Engine temperature, we're warmed up. Battery status. These fuel trims are actually not accurate or correct, so we won't be able to use those for reference when we're tuning. There's a workaround. It's not that bad. So, fun things. We've got adjustable rev limits. I don't think VG should run higher than that because the oil centrifuges away from the number 5 bearing, and you can have issues wearing out that bearing because the crank is spinning too fast. The rest of the engine easily take 7 grand or higher, no problem. It's just the way the crank is drilled for the number 5 bearing just doesn't get enough oil above that speed. What else do we have here? We've got injection latency and K constant. So this is going to be adjusted to specific injectors you have. It's basically the delay time from when the ECU says to add fuel to when the injector responds. And K constant is a numerical factor that gives you your overall fuel ratio. It combines a lot of things. You'll have to read the Nistune manual if you get Nistune yourself to understand it. I really like the fact that I can adjust my idle speed digitally now. Let's sync up with the computer before I try to make any changes. Okay, so I'm going to put our idle speed right there so you can see what's going on. And you can see if I just start increasing the values on the map, the idle air control valve opens up and increases the speed to match those values. So in my case, this is going to eliminate the need for a warm-up device because the idle air control valve will be able to pull enough air to warm up the engine and have higher idle speeds until it can settle down into a normal idle speed. So the really important stuff, the main reason you would want Nistune is for the real tuning. So we're going to look at, you have control over the timing maps. So that's going to allow you to advance the timing a little bit, make a little bit more power, or even remove timing in some areas where if your particular build might start to knock, you can stay in the safe zone. So this map has already been increased a little bit over stock. You have fuel maps. This is an estimated ratio. That doesn't mean that it's correct. These are the raw values or the numbers that the computer is going to be looking at to affect your ratio. The Nissans tend to run a bit too rich in the top end, so we can pick up a little bit more power and some fuel economy for those lead-footed people by taking away a little fuel at the top end. And then in this case, the light blue area is all area that's controlled to be at stowage by the O2 sensor. So there's a large stowage region that takes up almost 75% of throttle in the lower RPM range, and that can be shrunk a little bit to pick up a little bit more power in the middle of your torque band, but that's going to be to the individual tuner. So all those changes will make a little bit more power, but on a stock engine it's not going to be worth it. On a modified engine, being able to keep everything within safe range and add those tweaks at the same time is going to be definitely more worthwhile if you have bigger goals, boost, wild cams, etc. Also have quick actions to allow us to change our airflow sensor. The Pathfinder, it says 266 horsepower, but I can tell you right now the opening in the Pathfinder MAF is way too small. It's restrictive, and you're going to run into flow restrictions before then. So that's going to get replaced, upgraded to a Z32 MAF. And that's just a quick rundown. There's more things in this than I can cover in a single video of just, hey, neat features, not to mention everything else you need to know. But that's a nutshell, and I'm looking forward to getting the new engine in here and getting it dialed in. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, everyone.